Hey guys, what's up? This video is brought to you by Linode Cloud Computing. If you guys are looking to host your website out there so everybody can see it, I recommend you check them out. They're going to save you a ton of money over Azure or AWS. They have products that pretty much suit anybody from small developers to large corporations. They have data centers around the world and they're continuing to grow all the time. And they also have a YouTube channel that you guys can check out if you're interested in hearing more about their products directly from them. Hey everybody, what's up? All right, so this video, what we're going to be talking about is the top 10 open source projects of 2020. And what I did is I looked at GitHub, which is the largest open source project platform out there. And then I looked at any projects that were created over the last 12 months, meaning actually December of last year through now, and which projects of all of those had the most popularity. All right, so jumping into this, number 10 is going to be real-time person removal. And this is something that CNN anchor from, or whatever, that got caught getting a little friendly with himself during a business meeting. This is probably a project he could have used. It picks up using just visual recognition what a human is, and it's able to determine that. You can see it's kind of buggy down there at the bottom, but it's still pretty awesome. It would have saved that one dude. All right, so number 9 is going to go to DUF, also known as Disk Usage Free. So as you can see, and from the name, it is simply just monitoring your disk system to figure out what sort of usage you're using, and it provides a colorful, really kind of gooey interface there. So the best part is it works cross-platform. It's one tool that can be used across all three, which is something that is not that common. All right, so number 8 is going to go to .NET's newest project called Maui. And a lot of you ask, like, what is the best software to write, GUI applications for desktop, traditional desktop? People ask, is WPF still around? And Maui is going to be like the next big thing for .NET 6. So here you can see the GitHub project, which is under active development right now. This project's not even released yet, which is somewhat different from pretty much every other project on this top 10 list. But the Maui framework is going to be the new way that we write our cross-platform applications. It's going to be one code base that can work across desktop software, also for Android, iOS. It's basically a complete rewrite of the Xamarin Forms code base, which is what .NET developers have been using now for a long time to write cross-platform applications and C# that work on Android and iOS. All right, so number 7 is going to go to the new full-stack React framework, which is called Blitz. All right, now this full stack framework is actually built for React in mind. So you're using React for all your client side and server side development. It actually saves you from writing a lot of server side code. The project itself is built on top of Next.js, which is another React framework. So really it's just basically trying to provide everything you could possibly need. It's trying to be the Django of really a React type of code base, server side and client side. All right, number 6 goes out to a person who made his name as long as possible, as you can see, but it's called Yet-Another-EfficientDet-Pytorch. All right, so this project really is all about visualization, visual recognition, machine learning, and a lot of it is completely over my head because I don't deal with this stuff day to day. But you can see that this is what it's doing. It's actually identifying different objects and then providing the actual percentage of the accuracy that it's determined it to be. So this is probably a better example of this project in action. Again, way over my head. I don't do machine learning, but this is pretty awesome. All right, so number 5 is going to go to a project called Hacking Tool. So this project is made to be an all-in-one hacking tool, which is going to help you for all kinds of stuff from network intrusion, basically a ton of different stuff here. But you can see that it provides an interface that you can just go ahead and start perusing through everything that it provides. Like it's just from everything from SQL injection tools, wireless attack, password attacks, all kinds of hacking stuff. All right, so number 4 is going to be another visual recognition / ML AI project. All right, so again, this project is something that's over my head. I'm not in machine learning or artificial intelligence. This project was created by the Facebook research team, and really it's an alternative way of doing a visual detection. So you can see, just like the previous project I mentioned that was looking at cars and people, this is just another way of doing the same thing. All right, so number 3 is going to be called YOLO 5 or something like that. I don't even know how you say that, but this project is yet another visual recognition system using artificial intelligence and machine learning. And just like the other two, this will be the last project that includes visual recognition. It is the most popular one from last year or this past year. So here you can see the project. Again, it's just picking out people, but in addition to that, you can even see that it's like picking out ties, which is really awesome. So it's pre-trained models, and this thing's picking out a person with 80% accuracy, a tie with 78% accuracy. So you can see here it's got a little bit less likelihood there, but awesome tool, obviously. So we've seen 3 projects doing this similar thing. This shows you that there's a lot of like effort being put into machine learning, artificial intelligence, and specifically visual recognition. All right, so number 2 on this list is going to go to Spotify's new project called Backstage. And really, this is an infrastructure tool. So again, this was created from the Spotify team. This is really not for individual developers, but when you are working in a corporate environment, you get a really complicated build stack. We have things like build tools, and we have pipelines that run a series of processes. It can get really complicated and messy, and there's a lot of different systems a lot of times you have to interact with. This is trying to provide literally a one-size-fits-all that can tap into all those different build processes and provide a visual representation of all of that, so you can see essentially your complicated build stack in a much more visual-friendly GUI environment. All right, so number 1, the most popular open source project over the last year is going to be Excalidraw. All right, and for whatever reason on GitHub, this project, it was created over the last year, and it has nearly twice as many stars as even the second place on this list. So it's quite impressive. I'm not sure, personally speaking, like why it's so popular because I don't really use it. I have talked about this project in the past as an example of a popular project that was literally built on top of a bunch of other popular projects. But I've talked about that a lot. So this whiteboard drawing tool, it was created over the last year. Again, there's like 3 separate projects that this thing consists of that makes all of this stuff actually work. The hand-drawn sketching and all that stuff is pretty cool. It has uniqueness, like you can add some sloppy like cartoon effects, change the background color to whatever you want. So then you start drawing that, you kind of get this like, you know, it's a cool project, obviously. So this is really the reason why it's popular. All right, so that's going to wrap up my top 10 2020 open source projects. And if you guys have any suggestions or anything, feel free to reach out. I appreciate all the support. If you are learning to code, you want to learn with me, check out my website, codehawk.com. I have a bunch of courses there. You can just pay one price and get all of them for just one single price, which is the recommended route for anybody that I think is trying to learn with me. So anyway, have a good day, everybody. Take care. Goodbye.